Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I'm sitting here with Ross Morand here in beautiful Westport, Massachusetts, in an open space, which we're so proud of, that Ross is going to talk a little bit about. Ross, where are we actually located today? Because you actually brought this to my attention. It's the first time that I'm here, and I live in Westport.
Well, thank you, Lisa. So we are at the Mill Pond Conservation Area, located off Reed Road. It is part of one of the 11 properties open to the public across town that we own, the Westport Land Conservation Trust. We partnered with the town actually and a few different folks to preserve this property and open it to the public to have some access to the upper river.
And it's just such an amazing experience. I know that recently I joined the Open Space Committee to represent the Westport Commission on Disability. So it's my pleasure not only to learn about what open space does within the town of Westport, but to experience this beautiful piece of property that's open to all of the Westporters, including people with disabilities. So with that being said, Ross, I understand that open space, a lot of people might not know exactly what open space is all about. Do you think that you could give us a well-rounded understanding about why it's important and what we do in the town of Westport with open space?
Absolutely. So towns like Westport and municipalities all across Massachusetts have to create master plans for their communities, thinking about both economic development, the geography of the town, how a town is run, all of those things. Also including things like, what are the natural resources you have in the town? What are resources that need to be built out to have homes? And so open space refers to sort of the land that possesses all of our key natural resources in town. In Westport, that's relatively unique. There's a number of very special natural resources here in town, as well as agriculture.
Wow.
As we know, this town has a very long history of farming.
Yes.
And still has a great connection to that.
Sure.
So, in Westport, when we think about open space, we think about the river and water recreation. Mm-hmm. We think about open space like this place where we're at today,
Beautiful.
where you might enjoy the forest, you might enjoy a mini orchard or access to, the upper head of the river. And we also think about farming and preserving farmland so that farmers can continue to farm and produce food for their local community in the future.
Well, it's amazing because it doesn't cost you anything to enjoy, these open space areas that some people don't even know exist. And for it to be handicap accessible is absolutely amazing. And really to appreciate the agriculture and just the open space to embrace, our surroundings living in Westport is such a treasure. And it's a hidden treasure. Wouldn't you think so?
Absolutely. Westport, as a community has really embraced its connection with the land and also recreating in all of that. Over the past several years, the town has invested quite a bit of money in a town recreation department.
Right.
To offer all kinds of programs at sites like this and, at town sites across all across the town. And so everybody in the town wants to enjoy the outdoors, and so they do that in a variety of different ways.
Well, it's great to know that we have open space to help educate us and guide us on that journey. I think the most important thing here, we have a walker that's taking out her dog to embrace this unique area, which is so nice to see. I'm so excited. We do have an upcoming meeting that we would like to have a town meeting. Can you tell us what the importance is of that, and also touch upon why do we want people to get involved, and what are the tools that you would like them to embrace and acknowledge moving forward so they can be a vital part of maybe some decision making, or because you're asking the public to come. So can you maybe touch a little bit about those particular points?
Absolutely. So as an open space and recreation planning committee, our job is to focus on the next kind of 7 to 10 years of what the town and the community hopes to embrace as a part of its open space.
7 to 10 years.
Yeah, and so what we're doing right now is working on a plan to prioritize the things that our community desires to improve, to protect, to continue to offer to residents in the next 7-10 years. As a reflection, I mentioned a minute ago, the previous plan that was completed in 2017 really prioritized preserving a bunch of land in town and farmland especially, to continue farming, and in addition to that, to start a recreation committee.
Wow.
So that that recreation department can offer more and more to town residents. And so that's an example of some objectives that happen in a plan like this. And so next Thursday on October 30th,
Yeah.
at the Town Hall Annex at 5:30 p.m.
And we all know where that is, right?
That's right,
Okay.
off Main Road.
Yeah.
And so, what we're doing is welcoming the public to come talk about what are the resources, what are the priorities that they would like to see in regards to open space. Are there more tracts of land you'd like to see set aside for future use like this? Where would you like to see that? Are there additional farms you'd like to be preserved? Is there additional water recreation? Are there additional resources, like do we need to improve handicap access to certain areas? There's a lot of those things go into this type of plan, and we want to hear from the community because the plan is really driven by what we hear from our community members.
So basically what you're saying is people who live in Westport have an opportunity to bring their suggestions and their wants for extracurricular activities for them to enjoy.
Absolutely. And if you can't make the meeting, you can still take the survey. It can be found on the town website, or you can obtain it from one of the town's partners, like our organization, the Westport Land Trust, or the Westport River Watershed Alliance, the town recreation department. We all have that link to a survey. So if you can't make the public meeting, you should certainly take the survey to help prioritize some of those things as well.
Absolutely. And the other thing too is once we finish our little public service announcement, we will have those flyers readily available after our little interview that we did today, so that people will be able to use that as a resource, and then also look for it on the town hall website. So I'll be sure that it's actually on the website as well. And then of course, like Ross said, they are available in and around town. They're available also at the Council on Aging.
Yes.
And, or you can just reach out to us individually. We'll be more than happy to guide you along to get the necessary information. But most importantly, this is really an opportunity where it looks as though that Ross and Ross's team is looking for actual input and embracing the public to bring their ideas and suggestions in an informal setting, but also that you're willing to educate the public as to what you're all about. I'm only new to the committee, so I'm just so excited because I'm learning as I'm going. But it was just amazing that Mr. Capone had put an invite out to the Commission on Disability to show that you really wanted our input. And as we're learning along the way, just like the rest of the public is, it's just going to be so gratifying to see what you can do. Is there any criteria when it comes to open space that you actually have to follow in closing?
No, we really are the open space and recreation planning part of the work that is completed here to help inform the town's master planning effort is, it is primarily focused on kind of recreation in town, natural resources, and again, especially in Westport, is farming and agricultural production as well. Sure. And access to the shoreline is a really important part of that as well. So, our open space committee is made up of the Conservation Commission, the Beach Committee, folks from your committee as well, and then private nonprofits and other organizations that support, the town in those efforts. And so you can get involved in any of those capacities to help inform the open space effort moving forward.
Well, that's really just such a great point that you bring out, because, there's so many people that, in town want to put their best foot forward and maybe donate their time, or maybe become a part of an organization and or committee, or even really serve as a board member. We welcome everyone to the town meeting. We're hoping that we'll see everybody there who's interested on October 30th. And we can't wait to see you. So join us.